I never understood why some people sit on the floor when they film videos, especially when they sit directly in front of something that's specifically intended to sit on. And then yesterday I was sitting here and I realized it was pretty comfy. So hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and that would be talking about my veganism update thing. Also, sorry if you can hear background noise, which I'm 100% certain that you can. It's a washing machine. So what have I been eating for the past, I guess, month? Has it been a month? It's probably been a month. So basically, I've been trying to eat mostly vegan items. There was a period of time when I was cheating a lot. Like a lot. Like every day I would be like, oh, there's something I want to eat? Well, today's a cheat day. I can start over again tomorrow. And I feel like that's a common thing that happens to people with diets. I was just having a lot of sugar cravings, which is kind of weird because it's like when you're eating a lot more fruit, you kind of shouldn't. So maybe I am not eating enough fruit or often enough. I guess it just came down to I didn't want to. I just kind of was like, you know, I want to eat what I want to eat and I'm gonna eat it. Which is not really the way that I should be looking at it. So I guess that's kind of a good transition into what I want to talk about next, which was that I've been doing a lot of research on veganism. I've been subscribing to a lot of vegan YouTube channels and getting lots of different perspectives. From the research that I've done, you know, veganism is definitely healthy, sustainable for the planet, it's better for, you know, the animals, it's a good thing, it really is. But it's also difficult, and I didn't think it would be difficult. For me, cutting out meat was not a problem. I occasionally got a craving for meat, like once in a while. It was funny because I went out to eat with my best friend Colleen, who is a vegetarian. She saw the vegan video that I posted before and she knew that I was, you know, doing this diet, and so I told her, you know, today was going to be a cheat day and I wouldn't eat vegan, but I would try to eat vegetarian. And then when we got around to dinner time, I actually, for some reason, just really wanted spaghetti and meatballs. I don't know why. I usually am not like a spaghetti and meatballs person at all. It's usually not what I like at all. But I just wanted it for some reason. It was really weird. I am like a fish person. I do like fish, specifically tuna. I love tuna, and I know that tuna is really, really bad for you because of the high levels of mercury. I also don't have a good memory at all. You can ask any one of my friends. My memory is awful. So, mercury is the last thing that I should be putting in my body, but I don't have it that much. I only really have it when I'm home, so that's, you know, another problem because I am home for the summer. So, I was having a lot of that, but not so much meat. I easily could be a pescatarian. So like I said, I've been doing a lot of research on the vegan diet, and I know that, you know, when I made my first video I said I'm not becoming a vegan because vegan incorporates lifestyle. I'm eating a vegan diet. You know, during my research I heard the term plant-based come up a lot, and I wasn't sure what the difference was between plant-based and vegan. So I did find this article online, and I will put the link in the description box so you guys can also read that article if you choose to. But basically, the difference between plant-based and vegan is that vegan is the lifestyle in which people choose not to buy leather goods. They choose, you know, not to use any kind of products, you know, whether it be food products, makeup, you know, clothes, accessories. They do not use any products that have been made with animal materials. So plant-based refers to a diet that has no animal products and just focuses around, obviously, plants. So one thing that the article pointed out to me, which I thought was interesting, was that something like Oreos are vegan, but they wouldn't be considered plant-based. An Oreo is like obviously not made from plants, it's like pretty much chemicals because it doesn't have any dairy in it or eggs or anything like that. So for me, the diet that I'm doing, I wouldn't classify it as vegan or plant-based. You know, in my research of the vegan diet and what diet is good for you, you know, I just realize that there's so much information. There's so many different types of diets, so much information on what diet is right and what diet is wrong, you know. And there's no real consensus on which is the best diet. You know, obviously vegans are known for being extremely passionate and extremely forward about the fact that they believe that their diet is the be-all and end-all diet and nobody else should have any other diet. There have been studies that validate that, and there also have been studies that disprove that. I found this video towards the beginning of when I went vegan, I want to say, or right before. So this video is by, I believe she's an I think she's a Scottish YouTuber, and her name is Melanie Murphy, and she made this video, and it's called Why I No Longer Eat a Vegan Diet. And she said that basically she kind of went through, you know, several different diets. You know, she felt like high energy at first, and then she felt low energy, and you know, a doctor told her stop removing food groups from your diet, and she did, and then you know, she felt better. And, you know, she said something that really is perfect to me, is a great point to make, and that is that different diets are better for different people. And a big problem that I think that especially Americans have is that we're not educated on nutrition at all. You know, people say, eat the food groups, and this and that, but it's like, you know, you don't know how much to eat of stuff, you don't know what a balanced meal really is, you don't know what the drawbacks and, you know, benefits of different foods are. We really aren't raised like that. You know, I know my parents don't really know that much about nutrition, you know. I mean, they know the basic stuff that everybody gets told, you know, eat more fruits and vegetables, eat less, you know, sugar. But that's basically it. And that's a big problem with our society, is that nobody really knows what a good, healthy diet is. Everybody just thinks salad is healthy, candy is not. That, you know, this is the reason why people get obsessed with weight loss. They get obsessed with health culture. They get obsessed with, you know, how they look and how they feel and what they're putting in their bodies. As these last few weeks have been going by, I've been thinking so much, like, am I eating the right foods? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? You know, do I feel guilty for putting certain things in my body? And the answer to that one was yes. At this point, I don't know what to put in my body. So sorry if the angle is now different. I had to go do laundry related things. And also I was watching the clips back to make sure I was continuing to talk about the right thing. And I basically realized that my hair looked kind of poodle-ish. So hopefully that looks less bad. So just a little update about how this diet has been affecting my body physically. I've had pretty clear skin. As you can see from the camera, it looks like I just have like really bizarre red freckles on. But anyway, as you can see, I'm breaking out a lot on my forehead. I have a couple of breakouts over here on this side of my face. This side of my face is pretty clear. And then some on my chin. So I'm breaking out a lot right now. I have been for the past couple of days. I really don't know why. I cannot figure it out, but I wish that I had recorded this video on like a day where my skin was super clear, because man, my skin was really, really clear for a long time, and then all of a sudden a couple of days ago, just like all of these zits just started popping up, and I was like, you know, sometimes, you know, there would be days when my skin was really clear and I was cheating a lot, and I was like, I'm like, I love the clear skin, but I'm wondering why it's not going away. And it's just stayed like that, whether I was cheating or not. So I don't know if it has to do with that. My skincare routine has been pretty good since I got home from my trip to London and Paris. It's been working really well, so I really have no idea where these breakouts are coming from. So, but overall my skin's been good, but I can't necessarily attribute it to the diet. In terms of like feeling like I have more energy, that kind of thing, I haven't noticed it. I don't know if that's because I've been cheating sporadically. I don't know if that's because I haven't been eating the right things and just kind of been scraping by with what I know is vegan food instead of eating a lot of fruit and a lot of vegetables. Not that I haven't been eating fruit and vegetables, just like I haven't been eating as much as I could. And then in terms of weight, I think I'm still about the same. I have been doing very minimal exercise. I've been trying to work on abs. And I've just been doing planking and leg raises every day, mostly every day. That's only been for like about a week or two. I hadn't really noticed any changes in my body. I don't think I'm losing weight. I don't think my thighs are any smaller. I don't think I have less fat on my body. I haven't really noticed. So overall, if you're watching this video to know you know, is the vegan diet treating me well, you know? No, but it's because, you know, I have a feeling it's because I'm really not following it as well as I could be. Which transitions me into my next point as my camera runs out of battery. Will I be continuing the vegan diet? Yes, for the summer. Right now, I'm not worried about it. I'm not placing myself on a you must eat fruits and vegetables only and you can't eat any gluten and you can't eat this and you can't eat that and you just cannot do it. I'm not doing that to myself. I just don't feel like it, to be completely honest with you. I just don't. It's not like after today I'm just gonna completely throw it away and, you know, start eating all the cheese that I can find and, you know, no. I'm gonna continue to do what I have been doing, which is eating a vegan diet, cheating every so often, and not really worrying about am I eating all of the fruits and all of the vegetables and how much grains can I cut back on and things like that. When I go back to school, I think I'm going to follow that same mentality where I'm going to try and eat as healthy as I can for as long as possible. You know, I think for the most part I can keep up veganism. I'll eat pasta, I'll eat vegetables, and I'll try to eat as much fruit as possible. You know, I really, like I said, I can stay away from meat. I can stay away from dairy, but you know, it will happen. There will be days when I will just want something and I'll have it. Going back to Melanie Murphy's video, in it she said, you know, I'll have something if I want it, you know. I'll go and grab, you know, she mentioned that she ate half of a ice cream cookie sandwich and it filled her up enough, it satisfied that craving enough to where she didn't want to eat that anymore. And I think that's fine. In terms of, if I want to become vegan eventually in the future, again, like I said in my first video, I'm still grappling with the, you know, should I just kind of be like, whatever, I want to enjoy my life and shut down that part that says, you know, should I care about the earth? Should I care about animals? You know, should I care about somebody besides me? Probably. I can't picture myself doing it forever, but I can picture myself following a plant-based diet long term, you know, for the most part. Just find what works for you, you know? I think that if I try and eat a mostly plant-based diet, I think it'll do me good. I think that, you know, high carb, low fat is a good thing for your body. I do. But you know, there's so much more to learn. There's so much more to look at and to experiment with. And I think that, you know, for now I'm satisfied with just trying to eat as healthy as I can. And that was pretty much, you know, the goal from the beginning is, you know, try out this vegan lifestyle, but try and be healthy, you know. I guess the big overarching question is, am I a vegan? And the answer is no. So for all my friends that keep calling me a vegan, you probably still will, knowing you. I would say my diet will be, hopefully from now on, mostly plant-based. I will have times when I cheat. I will have weeks where I cheat. I'm not restricting myself at this present moment. When I am an adult, and, I mean, I am an adult, but when I'm out of college, and eventually, when I live by myself, I probably will come back to veganism and reevaluate it and see how I'll do it. And, you know, when you are an adult and you have an income stream coming in and you can afford to go out and buy yourselves vegan alternatives to things like cheese and fish, that's like, it's great. Like, I've watched a video where, you know, people were saying in LA it's so easy to be a vegan because there's tons of vegan options all around you. Whereas over here, you know, where I live in the Northeast, so it's like everybody loves fish and everybody loves meat and everybody loves a rich lifestyle, and nobody's really worried about health as much as they're worried about let's eat things. So if you made it to the end, congratulations, you win the bonus. Anyway, okay, so I hope you have a nice day. Go try some vegan food. By the way, before I go, I want to recommend to you, if you have never tried Dr. Prager's veggie burgers, they're expensive, okay? Listen to me. They're vegan. I'm pretty sure most, if not all of them, are gluten-free. They're delicious. They're so good. They're so wonderful, and they don't have, like, bad ingredients in them. I'm not sure if they're, like, really the best things for you to eat all the time, but they went on sale recently, like, in a supermarket near us. We bought, I think, 12 boxes at a time. They're so good. Stick them in the freezer. Girl, you will not regret it. They're so good. I cannot describe to you if you're looking for a specific flavor, may I recommend the superfood, the super greens, I believe it's called. It's so good. It's so good. I just can't